Welcome all to the unmistakable tempo of South Florida. It's MLS Next Pro Match Week 8, and it's all really grooving now. A pair of sides this evening ready to reverse their early fortunes in 2025, face-to-face in Fort Lauderdale. It's Inter Miami 2 and New York City FC 2, just as the season bends by turn 1. Howdy, folks. I'm Peyton Gallagher, and again, a pair of sides that have really struggled to find form in the early portion of the campaign. Inter Miami 2 up against a stiff test today. If history is any indicator, certainly have struggled against their opponent in this one all time, only posting one win in 7 prior meetings. NYCFC 2 coming off 5 games without victory, trying to get back amongst the wins. This will be the outfit that they will have to play through. They are going to achieve that goal. Leo Alfonso starts off the left, back in the team today for Inter Miami 2. And Coach Lobo Ledesma, last year out in that lone victory for Inter Miami 2 in the series history. He scored a brace, so he will have a large involvement, you might think, if Inter Miami 2 are to get it done today. That back line starting to really take shape of Basabe, Paul, Farina, and Rostano, and Ivan Schmid in the net today, coming off a match last time out against Huntsville City that saw him make 9 saves. Hopefully for him, a little bit less work to do. As for NYCFC 2, in the technical area today, it's going to be Mike Daltra, and here is how he set up a 3-4-3, a little bit of a shuffling of the formation today. Emposana, Murray, and Infuso make up the back line ahead of Mac Learned. McCamey and Evan Lynn will run the pivot. And at the front end of things, always dangerous, is Seymour Reed, trying to find his shooting boots once more after a red-hot start to the season. Maximo Carrizo off the right will provide the creation. And then, of course, Zidane Yanez, the Chilean youth international, will be in the pocket off the left-hand side. A front three that has certain menace for the Pigeons. as we push on into live pictures here from Fort Lauderdale. Again, Chase Stadium, Inter Miami 2, and New York City FC 2. Roadside today. Once more, 5 games without victory, 4 of those outright losses. Never has NYCFC 2 lost 6 consecutive matches, and we are underway in South Florida. Teams starting to certainly find themselves, everything starting to come into clean resolution in terms of the table picture. Once more, Peyton Gallagher here to take you over the course of these 90 minutes to come. And a quick clash as play is blown dead. Amin Hadzic has the whistle today. He is the center official. Jonathan Smith and Juan Pablo Casas will run the lines, and JJ Belinsky works the board. McCamey onto it. Slicing switch of play. Rustano able to tame it. Lobo Ledesma's bunch begin to conduct their move out of the back. Bailey Sparks dropping between center backs to get a touch. And over the top, this Inter Miami 2 team does a really good job of mixing short passing with the long ball whenever it does present for themselves. They're pushed across the 450 pass barrier almost every game this year, Inter Miami 2, all but the last one against Huntsville City. A real thrashing at the hands of a red-hot side toward the top of the Eastern Conference on the road. Farina. And Tyler Hall tilting one downfield. And Fuso steps in for the initial look. And Miami 2 though, with a grab hold in the attacking half. Both these teams like to play with the ball. Monopoly of possession is certainly in the DNA of the City Football Group, and that trickles down to NYCFC 2, the second team outfit for New York City FC. Falls for Reed. Just prodded away by the home side. Rustano pushing one into space. It's a wise ball. Afonso. There's brightness in those boots. A real contributor for Inter Miami 2 a year ago. Most recently was on the bench for the senior team in the CONCACAF Champions Cup tie against Vancouver. Tio. Reed dropping deep and bouncing off tackles to brush it wide. And escorted out of touch by Samuel Basabe. Carrizo, no outlet for him. It's once more a throw. Looks like the throw-in was taken illegally. Possession trading hands. Good energy to the match though in these first 5 minutes. Both sides flying around. One of the first real hot days in the state of Florida. Pushed up to around 85 degrees today. Reed roping it wide. Stuck back by Inter Miami 2. Zeltzer Zubida, and there's space ahead. Afonso springing forward, has dropped his man, has room to get in across at the end line, and it's out for the first corner of the match. Leo Afonso straight to work. Looks like Julian Lacker was the man he got the better of that time. New York City FC 2 able to recover in time enough though to take it out for a set piece. McLearned waiting between the pipes. See what the choreography is for the side in pink. turned in. It's a low driver. Sparks was arriving at the near post, and it's skimmed out for another corner. Santiago Morales will deliver in once more. Within swing, Sparks just over his head. From range, blocked on the way there. Ambitious from Basabe, and breaking out the Pigeons. Seymour Reed. Strong stuff from the teenager, and too strong in fact. Play is summoned back. Seymour Reed got a piece of the defender. I think it was Restano. Everybody is all right. A little bit of an aimless ball back. Farina time enough to recover it. Here's Ivan Schmidt. And Miami 2 have rotated through the goalkeepers this year. Saw Mateus Marine in the early portion of the campaign. Rocco Rios Novo was down for a time from the senior team. Ivan Schmidt making his third consecutive start and goal. Beg your pardon, his third in the last 4 games for Schmidt. Seltzer Zubida tangled up in the mid-park. Another quick foul. The familiarity does breed contempt. There's plenty of familiarity between these two sides. Once more, this is the 8th all-time meeting. In fact, for New York City FC2, it was their first ever victory as an MLS Next Pro club over this very same Inter Miami 2 bunch today that they see. Right now it's the home side on the front foot. Layered wide, cutting in to the top of the box. Seltzer Zubida. Couldn't get the shot to resemble the right shape. And it's a goal kick. A lively moment. Inter Miami 2. Seltzer Zubida rotating nicely into zone 14. Went for it with the left foot, just couldn't connect cleanly enough. 2 front men in the press for Lobo Ledesma. And it's come off well. Winning the ball high. Sparks slotting one wide. Afonso. Just enough of a touch from Murray to drive it wide. Murray called into action again. He's performed admirably. Words are hard. Into the mid-park. What we can say is the work from Max Murray was admirable. There we go. A darting ball between lines. It's picked off on the way. There is Murray again, this time maybe not so clean. It's another corner, the 3rd of the match for Inter Miami 2. Pressure on for New York City FC2. Learned backed off. That'll do. It was Infuso waiting at the back stick. A glancing header away. Farina. From touchline to touchline. Carrizo with the cover. It's another giveaway. NYCFC 2 in this downturn in form have really struggled in the first 20 minutes of games, have conceded in that period of play in each of these last 5. And Barrage straight from the opening gun. Freina spraying wide. A stiff first tackle, retained by Inter Miami 2. A mazy dribble, sparks. Afonso is batted back. Here's Freina. And Paul, and back to Freina. Away by Schmidt. Another swift whistle. Appears it's going to be a free kick for NYCFC 2. We're 10 minutes in, that's already the 4th foul committed between the two teams. And Fuso and Reed rumbling. Seymour Reed trying to use his frame, lost custody of the ball. Basabe. Freina now. Long strides and a longer ball. It does lift in over the top. A swerving delivery. Saha will catch up. Zagging to the end line, it just rumbles away from Santi Morales, who took a heavy touch. Even still, New York City FC 2, so often in control of the game through possession of the ball, have only had 35% of it. Nearly a quarter hour gone. Tuned wide, and Fuso. No touch is easy right now for the visitors. Hall, the center back, stepping into the attack. Cutting in, cutting one at goal, and skipping it wide. It took a touch. Once more, it's that high press that gains the ball back in a good area. Looks like Santi Morales that picked his target. And the corner is taken quickly. Another shot from range this time. Travels well beyond the mark. Inter Miami 2, though, have rocked up with the right kind of intention. They have looked a cutting force. Learn it. Max Murray switches the point. That's a good ball. And Fuso. See Mike Delprat telling his side to settle into something of a staccato. If anything, just trying to draw some wins after chasing the game for the first 15 minutes or so. Inter Miami 2 are congesting the center portion of midfield, not allowing NYCFC 2 to play into their pivot. Roadside working it out well, though. Into a good spot, fired at goal, and just flashed wide. It was Chris Teo, and he made a diagonal run in from the wide area. Just got in the inside shoulder of his defender, and on his left foot. Able to leave it inside the post. Good move, though. This portion of the match is presented by Royal Caribbean. So far, for the most part, it's been the home side that's been cruising. Smooth sailing building out of the back there, though. Fleet feet in the wide areas. Stringing one in, deflected on the way. And it's a corner kick, the first of the game for NYCFC 2. It all starts with a great move on the outside. Julian Lacker, the one carving the space. Got his defender to bite and took advantage. Within swing. A sculpted ball gets over the keeper. NYCFC 2 go again. Freezing beyond the box, beyond the byline. And it's a goal kick coming. This is more like it for NYCFC 2, a side that have attempted the second most passes in the league to date this year. What's maybe even more impressive is that they've completed the top percentages of those attempts on the year as well. Just narrowly beneath 90% for the season. There's always a degree of caution in their build-up, but a number that high, as it sits at 87.5%, is always a measure of quality as well. A creasing pass wide. Into the area, smashed away. A bit of a reprieve, foul was given. Imposana was scrambling. There's sparks at the heart of things again. Montenegro making that run. Trying to punch the gaps against this back three. Imposana, who's been a bit of a revelation at the back, was able to hold down the fort. Imposana coming off a game in which he only won 3 of 15 duels against New England Revolution, but he's had the tooth necessary so far today. Freuna. Looks like a two-forward approach for NYCFC 2. At least out of possession with Carrizo between the two strikers. Fussell puts a head to it. A little shove. Saha was at the back of Fussell, and it's a free kick. Imposana. So good on the ball. McCamey, a heavy touch. Wriggles away from the Pigeons. A bit late to dispatch from Hall. He's lost it. Another foul. Imposana, that's a risky ball. Does find its target. Always taking a bit of a dice with danger when you play it back across the goal mouth as a center back. Just in the sense that there really isn't anybody behind you. If the ball is intercepted, it could result in a metaphorical pick six, if you will. Zelcher Zubida couldn't tune the pass. Carrizo wide. It's Lacker. Reed turns by Farina. McCamey. NYCFC to get their attacking shape. Players rotating to the middle of the formation. Marked wide for Lecker. And Posada on a stroll. McCamey is able to punch through a pass. And Fuso. And now Tio. McCamey a summoning first touch as he struggles away from the oncoming defenders. Now he has a little bit more time and space. A collision. The foul is awarded to Inter Miami 2. Shrugged off this time by the center official. McCamey. Smoothly wide. Evan Lim and McCamey. Those two central midfielders starting to grow much more involved. Carrizo now. The young star boy spreading wide. Coming the cross, header at the back post, and rocked in. Tio turns it home. The New Yorkers a nose in front, and here's how. It all starts with Carrizo cutting the pass wide. A back post ball, and Tio rises highest to put it in off the underside of the bar. Goalmouth at his whim, and Tio was not merciful with the finish. And nearly dead on the midway point in this first half. The contest has its conditions. Inter Miami now must play pursuant. NYCFC too have had a couple of opportunities in this downtick in their run, in which they have scored first. All indications would say this game is far from in firm control. That said, no team has had as much success against Inter Miami 2 as this outfit on display here today. All time, tied for the most goals ever scored against Inter Miami 2 with 28 across all the meetings played to this point. Toronto FC2 have also scored 28, but that's come in 10 games. Inter Miami 2 trying to get it right back, but the flag is up. With all that being said, previous history not in favor of the home side. Should also be added the last time they played in this venue, Inter Miami 2 did get their lone victory in the series. And that was a goal fest, finishing at 3-2. Here's Evan Lim and McCamey. So obvious watching this team how much more impactful they are with the ball. And those two players in the middle are able to grab hold. Failing to do so here though. And on the break, Inter Miami 2. Zeltzer Zubida. Just a loose touch. It escapes his grasp. Miami 2 on the back foot. This portion of the match is presented by Chase, and that is the operative word. It's there for Inter Miami 2 to Chase, absolutely. A little bit of hesitation as to whether or not that ball had lapsed out over the line. Back in for Schmidt. Freina. Beautiful line-breaking ball. It's Inter Miami 2 out on the attack. Afonso's in. Goalkeeper's up to it. Learn it. Able to hit the brakes in time enough ahead of the box. Good instincts there from the goalkeeper. Already in a naturally higher position as the ball entered his defensive half. Coordinated play, plenty of room as well. Carrizo, Max Carrizo pumping wide. Reed, it's blocked. Trying to tame it. Body's hitting the floor everywhere. It's not done away with. He punched out as far as McCamey. Another coming together as TL, the goal scorer, hits the deck. Bit of cantankerous defensive work there by Rostano. Carrizo was too quick from the gate. Referee filibustering a bit, trying to make sure everybody is well attuned to the laws of the game and that they stay within the lines. A late breaking ball finds a friendly head. McCamey turns it tall. Look at the dip on this. Almost hit a right angle midway through its flight and fell right on the forehead of McCamey. Nothing more than a goal kick, though. It's NYCFC 2 starting to extend the press to make things uncomfortable for Inter Miami 2, sensing their momentum. In the first 15 minutes, if you're just now joining us, it was all home team. NYCFC 2, though, started to grow into the game, gained some possession. Chris Teo was able to break the ducks. It was his first goal of the year. It's a dangerous ball. Sparks just clearing the lines and doing much more than that, in fact. It's a 4v4 break for the time being. Into the center. Spread wide, cut back in. And just a breeze across the bow. How did Inter Miami 2 not get a touch to that? Felt like it came across the face of at least 3 oncoming runners. It was so smart to play the ball wide. And nearly Santi Morales had it returned right to him. Stabbed away. Half hour gone. A tap dance on the ball. Sparks. Unable to make it stick. Down by Reed. Lock-picking pass to Carrizo, who courses upfield. Carrizo off the back heel of Freina, who did a great job of playing both the runner and the ball carrier there. A bit of a careless giveaway. McCamey and Posana. Stuck away by Tyler Hall. This portion of the match is presented by the Frack Group. Just running and running. Santi Morales, nobody's taken off him yet, and he's taken off his feet. Well, you'd have to think pretty highly of yourself to go for goal from here. That said, it is center cut. Plenty of room to get anything you hit to dip in time to get there ahead of the end line. McLearned will have to mind his P's and Q's. It is a shot on goal. Learned able to take it in stride. That was belted. Just went around the wall, but straight into the chest of the goalkeeper. Now his side, stream ahead at Seymour Reed. Still Reed down in the box. And Amit Hadzic is stingy with the whistle this time. Non-stop action. Afonso, a diagonal darting run to the wide side. Interconnected passing from Inter Miami 2. Sparks. Santi Morales. Basabe. Everybody into the attack now. In the center back hall. Frino with baton in hand, running things from the back. Way back to Schmidt. Basabe. On the spin, Santi Morales. Turning wide, Afonso. Runners arriving, Afonso, his man on toast. Afonso scooped in, nobody's home. Shot from range is rifled wide. It was Bailey Sparks. Saw his name up in lights. Afonso once more twisting the screws. Half-hearted header away. Sparks shot sit up, couldn't resist. McCamey. And Posada in a bit of a bind. Works out of it beautifully. It feels like NYCFC 2 have gotten comfortable playing through the press of Inter Miami 2. Every touch looks anxious in the first 15 minutes or so. That's not the case anymore. Trying to hold on to a hard-earned advantage. Now down the last year as that foul is given. I tell you that one goal would not be good enough to get all 3 points here on the road today for NYCFC 2. Inter Miami 2 has only shut out twice in 2024, but it's happened 2 times in the last 3 games for the home side today. With all that being said, NYCFC 2 not content at all. Tee out with McCamey around him. Played centrally. Carrizo. And Lim checking the shoulders. Mindful of the rear view window as Saha was crashing in. Duck towards the end line from Lecker. And Carrizo linking. Carrizo on a run. Lim, Reed, McCamey's wide of him. Reed will go for goal. Did not miss by much. Used the spare man to look off the defender. That gave him the half yard to go for goal. This is really mature striker play here. Saw that defender give him the inch. He tried to take the mile. 17-year-old who scored a whole bucket of goals in his first couple of outings for the second side. He's cooled off after that red-hot start. Did get to make his MLS debut, though, because of that good form against Columbus a couple months ago. And he's lurking in the box, Seymour Reed is. Lecker. A long run and a lunging ball. And that caught an oncoming NYC player on the wrong foot. It's a goal kick. Certainly feels like, with the tidings of this game, the ebb and flow, and very well maybe another goal ahead of halftime. Both teams have looked dangerous in the final third. Montenegro. Farina. Bailey Sparks. Now Schmidt. And here's Farina. Learn it. And Murray. McCamey. NYCFC 2 striding and stretching the legs. Lecker. Cutting back. Lecker. Flashing high and handsome. Julian Lecker has had a spark all season long. Shows off the ingenuity again. Getting goal side, getting onto the left. 2 goals and an assist for him on the year. And that touch of quality, good exhibit of exactly why he's been able to muster so much goal threat. Despite all the press and pause of the game, as Amin Hadzik steps in again for a couple words. Should be said, nobody's been booked so far. Watching on McCamey, now Lim. And Posada. Smuggling touch from Lecker. But he has hold now. Carrizo. Lecker with Carrizo on his outside shoulder. Caught in 2 minds there and dispossessed. And he commits the foul. Miami to carry the initiative. Emposana stepping in. And he does gain possession. Advantage being played. He quickly vanishes, and that will be the first caution of the game, it appears. It's a yellow. Zeltzer Zubida is the one with the name taken. Over the last 4 meetings between these 2 teams, Inter Miami 2 have had a player sent off on 3 of those occasions. And at this point, I believe Amin Hadzik just had no other recourse but to try and drop the temperature. It's a dangerous tackle. Zeltzer Zubida leaving his feet early. He's fortunate he got the studs down in time enough, and the impact was low enough on the leg. Otherwise, that could have been seeing red. Snatched back by Inter Miami 2. Tyler Hall. This is Zeltzer Zubida. Creamed wide. Sparks. Interfering there was Max Murray. chance to turn it all on its head again ahead of halftime. Carrizo coming to engage. Back to Schmidt. NYCFC 2 coordinating their pressing effort. Looks like Carrizo shadowing Bailey Sparks to try and deny him the ball. Schmidt forced long. Another foul. This time on Murray. Sparks scribbling a ball into the box, and it was Lernet who headed everything off. Rustano was making a pinching run from his fullback position. Infuso straddling the touch line. Reed off the head of Carrizo. Dodge the ball through off the free kick. A quick restart. Afonso. Sparks, Afonso. Once more, it's Miami 2 just lacking the needed invention, industry in that final phase. Carrizo is brought to his knees. Foul is awarded. Aposana. Infuso. And speeding away. What a recovery tackle from Tyler Hall. Found himself high up the field there. Needed to get it right, and he did. Seltzer Zubida. And it's the final ball that gets away. Expecting a ton of stoppage time. NYCFC 2 trying to make use of what's left. Regular 45. Reed wrapping around Carrizo. Carrizo off the backside of Hall. Strong switch of play. Rustano with time and patience. Look how many bodies are squeezed into that middle portion of the park. Wide area is being allowed for Inter Miami 2. It is always helpful to remember the goal is in the middle. NYCFC 2 appear to be keenly aware of that fact. Now the ball does finally roll wide. It's a smart pass. Lobbed into the box. Rustano! It's in! Rustano stabs one onto the woodwork and works it back to 1-1. Just a speculative ball into the box. As Rustano had gotten into the blind spot of Chris Teo. And the goal scorer for NYCFC 2 is left to just watch the ball travel in off the underside of the bar and turns things level again ahead of halftime. I'm not sure that was meant to be a shot, but it counts all the same. So Rustano gets the goal and turns it up again. And it's likely to be level pegging ahead of halftime. You don't want to speak too soon. Anything can happen. Off the chest of McCamey. Bit of a blind ball in behind. It will fall out of play. Got plenty of good stuff coming to you at halftime. Check in for another edition of the report with Henry Aguilar. It's been a fun way to keep the pulse throughout the course of the season this year. Trying to keep your attention though, Inter Miami 2. Learn it, slides in to keep it out and keep it away from a corner. Morales, Afonso. Still Leo Afonso. He's dropped, it's a free kick. Certainly nervous, likely needless from NYCFC 2. A cheap foul to give away, and this is prime real estate here. Afonso riding through the first tackle, reaffixing himself to the ball. Went down a little bit easy. The referee is given the free kick and likely belongs to the man who won it. Mac Learned will try and strengthen his defenses as best he can. It's a 5-man wall. Likely no doubt that this is going towards goal. Leo Afonso! Inches at that. And a rightful end of this first half that was high flying and full of action. Where it should be, 1-1 between Inter Miami 2 and NYCFC 2. The two tent poles of the East Coast. Their second sides clashing here today in South Florida. We'll break it all down at halftime. Much more to come. We step aside for now.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, 'cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Action.
Folks, welcome back. We will have the first half highlights in the league's upcoming schedule in just a little bit. But first, Minnesota United 2 is off to an impressive start this season. So Anne-Marie Aguilar, as we told you, went to the Great White North to bring us this week's edition of The Report.
Down, onside, Knight fires and scores!
Marie squares. Off the volley, 5-1.
Now Hutchinson up top, oh what a strike!
Welcome to Minnesota, where the Tuesdays have a well-deserved homecoming after the first 2 months of their schedule. We're here for this edition of The Report. I'm April Marie Aguilar. Playing on the road isn't easy. Playing long stretch of road games is even more challenging. Not only has Minnesota United FC2 handled it well, they've managed to make history. Minnesota, with an unprecedented start to their season. 4 wins in 4 games, all of them away from home, taking a perfect 12 points out of 12 available. And after shutting out Colorado in match week 7, the Loons ended the month of April with 10 goals for, just 3 against, and 2 clean sheets. Here's their head coach and MLS Next Pro's Coach of the Month, Jeremy Hall.
Kind of shocked, but to be honest with you, I'm really excited for it. I think it's a good club recognition. If I was doing this by myself, I definitely wouldn't be able to do it, and I have some amazing staff that help me out day to day. The players have been amazing, and so I'm just happy for the club, and hopefully we can continue this thing going.
Minnesota United FC2 is one of only 3 MLS Next Pro teams to win their first 4 games in a season, and they're the only team to start a season by winning their first 4 games, all on the road. The Loons look to qualify for the playoffs for the first time in their 4-year history. For as good of a start as Minnesota's had, it's Chattanooga FC earning the honor of MLS Next Pro's Team of the Month. They won their first 3 games in April before losing to Columbus Crew 2. That 3-game win streak was their longest since joining MLS Next Pro, and it made them unbeaten in their first 6 games this season. Even with the match week 7 loss, the boys in blue still ended the month leading the league in points.
What are you most proud of the team's performances in the month of April?
I think the different type of performances that we've shown. So all have been difficult games, but for various reasons. So to see how the team adapt, how the team have been resilient in different moments, that's huge, and I think that's part of what we want to do as a club and our identity, to see that we can find different ways of winning games, different ways of being competitive, and the guys have shown that with different lineups and different players having different roles at different times. So that flexibility, the adaptability, and just the continuity of it has been really, really pleasing to see.
Going by points, Chattanooga FC matched their best start to a season since becoming a professional team in 2019. They're slightly ahead of the pace they were on last season when they just missed the MLS Next Pro Cup playoffs. Meanwhile, no surprise that Osaze de Rosario has been named Player of the Month. He scored 5 goals in 3 games, including back-to-back braces against LAFC2 and Sporting KC2. De Rosario led the league with 8 goals through the month of April, scoring in all 5 of Tacoma's games this season.
Just like to say thank you for the award, Player of the Month. I'm super happy, super excited to be nominated and selected. Thanks very much. Go Sounders.
As for the other monthly award winners, Pedro Cruz wins Goalkeeper of the Month. Just 2 goals allowed in 3 Houston Dynamo games, all of them wins. And Colton Swan's game-winning goal against North Texas SC earned him the title of Rising Star of Match Week 6. And now, Rising Star of the Month. Big news from Michigan, as the nonprofit company Grand Action 2.0 hosted a ceremonial groundbreaking on the new Amway Stadium in Grand Rapids. Construction on the 8,500-seat downtown stadium is slated for the completion in the spring of 2027. That's also when West Michigan Soccer will begin its inaugural season in MLS Next Pro. West Michigan is one of 4 teams that will be joining the league in the next 2 years, along with clubs in Jacksonville, Cleveland, and Connecticut. That will give MLS Next Pro a total of 6 independent clubs, with Chattanooga FC and Carolina Core FC already in the fold. Over 160 players have signed with Major League Soccer first teams after competing in MLS Next Pro. And in April, 2 MLS Next Pro alumni gave us some of the best action in MLS. In Charlotte, Idan Toclomari scored his first goal in MLS in dramatic fashion, a game winner against Nashville SC in the 90th minute. Toclomari appeared in 7 games last season with Crown Legacy FC, where he scored 3 goals to go along with his 2 assists. A week later, Gerardo Valenzuela of FC Cincinnati turned the DC United defenders inside out, scoring a golazo. Dado joined FC Cincinnati Academy in 2020 and has been with the first team since the 2023 season. Now, let's take a look at the current MLS Next Pro players. It's the top goals for the month of April.
In 2025, Rincon, and no chance. Lost 2 defenders and gives for Vasquez. Vasquez puts it in there. The header, and it's in. Stas Korzeniowski. This is just a perfect ball in from Vasquez. And Korzeniowski using that size advantage.
Dominated possession in this match. Canetti, Nziengo, Glory Nziengo. Wow! Oh ho ho! This ball comes into Nziengo, space and opportunity, and he just dumps it right over the goalkeeper.
Corner for Huntsville. Towards the back post. Carmichael! Oh, man! A howitzer! Oh, man! No chance for Patrick Lose.
Marcanic, Lasanvi. Oh, wow! That is incredible! Louis Nisanvi. Anthony Marcanic just puts it back into the box. Nisanvi doesn't know who's behind him, but it hits the target. Hold behind it. Sarver sends it in. Ball is there! Oh my! An absolute golazo! 1-goal lead. Spectacular from Gavin Gall.
Well, that does it for this edition of The Report. Be sure to tune into the next episode for the latest and greatest around MLS Next Pro. We'll see you next time. Adios.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, 'cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Action.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, 'cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Back from the break, red hot action here in South Florida. Inter Miami 2 and New York City FC 2. Gridlocked at 1 here at Chase Stadium. Let's show you how we got here. A game that has had plenty of punch straight from the opening bell. And straight away, it was Inter Miami 2. Right and ready from the outset. Had a couple of good chances on frame. This one just skipping wide off the boot of Santi Morales. NYCFC 2 would grow into the game though. This is maybe a prelude. Chris Teo coming close there. See if maybe he makes an impact later on in this highlight cut from this first frame. For Miami 2 breaking into the box this time and skewed away. Prince Emposana with the cover there. Carrizo starting this move, and this would be the breakthrough for NYCFC 2. Teo rising tall, knocking it in off the underside of the bar. Goalkeeper unable to intervene in time, and it was 1-0. NYCFC 2 managed the game well from this point on, but Inter Miami 2 would gain confidence throughout the rest of the first half. This is a chance coming from the top of the box, taken down by Bailey Sparks. Didn't quite get the connection right. Again, a sign of good indications for Inter Miami 2 on the offensive ends. This is turned in for Seymour Reed, who would just scrape his shot wide. And then later on, just ahead of halftime, a smart run in the back door from Restano, pelting it in. Karate kick to take his side back to level footing. And the stats that back that tape up, plenty of shots, not enough on target, you might say, given the volume of opportunity from NYCFC 2 and Inter Miami 2. But again, once more, an indication of maybe a super high-flying second half. It was pretty stop and start, touch and go, given the fouls, a ton of them so far, split between the two teams as NYCFC 2 have held most of the possession, the scores and schedule from around the league. As we've got the upcoming, throughout the course of the next week, a full slate on Friday, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern and pretty much non-stop through the end of that Eastern window, ending things off with an El Trafico clash between Ventura County FC and LAFC 2. Carolina Core and Huntsville City making up the Saturday standalone, and then Philadelphia Union 2 has been as good as anybody against the Columbus Crew 2 side has dominated this league down the first couple years of its operation. On Tuesday, Ventura County makes a twofer against Austin FC2, the champions from 2 years past. We look out to live pictures again. Inter Miami 2 and NYCFC 2 amidst all the color across the league. Plenty of great fixtures in motion as teams from across the division find their footing in 2025. This is the one though you have chosen, and we appreciate you making the time. Again, Pick and Gallagher taking you through what's left in this contest, and it figures to be a lot based on the tiding and tempo of what we saw through the first 45. Once more, it's a pair of sides that severely need to find some good footing and get going in this early part of the season. Very up and down for both outfits on the field today. NYCFC 2, more of a downtick, having not found victory in their last 3 contests. For Miami 2, the results have been a bit uneven. Leo Alfonso injected into the side today, down from the first team, trying to provide some quality on the wing. He's pocketed there by Max Murray. Both teams remaining unchanged into the second frame. Sparks. One-touch stuff, trying to build through the center of the park. Spaces again congested. That was a theme through the first 45. A crushing tackle and quickly to the pocket. Amin Hadzic takes his second name of the game. We saw Seltzer Zubida booked in the first frame. It looks like Santi Morales is going to see the colors here. Actually, that may have been Rostano. Forward with quickness was NYCFC 2. Stealing the nerve at the back, though, Inter Miami. A looping ball into a pocket of space, a lung-busting run to arrive. Seltzer Zubida. Now the cavalry comes. Infield, Montenegro. Seltzer Zubida back from Montenegro. Clockwork stuff on the ball. Miami 2 patterning about at the edge of the final third. Now they'll try a different point of egress. Farina and Hall. And Rostano. Basabe. And Alfonso intertwines. It's been an excellent battle throughout the course of the game. Alfonso given the license to roam a bit, figure out where the game might arrive at his feet. Up to his feet in this instance by the center official. It's uncomfortable to take one on the small of the back. That's where Alfonso appears to be tender. Just a discussion this time. Center official showing a good understanding of how the game's developing and that those two players might be in close confines throughout the rest of the game. This is Montenegro. Swapping it to the flank. Ball is brushed in and plowed away. Into the path of Seymour Reed. Farina slides it out of touch. He thought he had slid back possession. Instead, he's going to get a yellow card for time wasting. That's been a strong initiative across all divisions of the game this year. Once play is whistled dead, the ball does not belong to you. You can't kick it away. You can't throw it. It will be an automatic yellow card. So the captain goes in the book. Turned out for another throw. Farina did not plead his case much. He is the only man on the pitch for Inter Miami 2 that has the privilege of directly interfacing with the referee. It's a point of emphasis in MLS Next Pro this year, adopting a rule change in which only the captain is allowed to directly communicate with the official. It obviously goes for NYCFC 2 and other teams taking part in action this year. Basabe. Center progressive pass and beaming one ahead. Murray in pursuit with a headed back calmly to his goalkeeper Lornet. Lornet ball and feet. Leading to the other end. Over the head of Reed. Lim. Good, his angle's going well there. Lornet trying to do the same. Just scooped away. To alleviate some of the tension. This half starting similarly to its previous counterpart. Miami 2 with the run of play so far. 5 minutes in. Alfonso. Screaming downfield, Emposana just pinched the ball back and draws the foul. Prince Emposana, the Bronx native, on the ball here. First year out of Wake Forest, where he was teammates with several other players in the fold here for NYCFC 2. Camille Ponce and a couple others. Not in the lineup this last game. CFC 2. It was the first time all year that he has had no rocks today in the center of that back three. Murray stepped up to engage the ball. Retreats back to step in line with Fusel and Eposana as Inter Miami 2 spring forward with flair and flamboyance into the box and buried. Mateo Saha stabs it home at the doorstep. Inter Miami 2 from 1-0 down to 2-1 up. That ball was on a beeline. It all starts with that one little bit of creativity. The nutmeg back into the wide space, carrying the run all the way down the flank, Inter Miami 2. Pristine provision from Restano, who adds an assist to his goal. And Zaha, all he had to do was run his boot through it. Track the body language in the response for NYCFC 2 now. Absorbed early. It was the first time that they had not surrendered a goal in the first 20 minutes in this 5-game run of winless play. Were able to get the go-ahead goal. Miami 2 took it on the chin, got it off the canvas, and have gotten right to work recovering the advantage. Call. This is swaggery stuff from the side in pink. Freina. Morales ducking away from Carrizo. Freina. This is gorgeous. Basabe, plenty of room to cut in across. He does. Afonso skews away. Now the break might be on. It's only Freina and Hall that's back. Another reinforced. Carrizo runs into a wall. It's a fair tackle. Whiplashing play here in Fort Lauderdale. Freina's joined up in the attack. Morales. Settling the heartbeat now, Inter Miami 2. Softening first touch, Basabe. Skates by his man. Lacker laps last though, as he takes it out of play over the end line. Some of the warming players set it for a corner kick, but it appears to be a goal kick. This portion of the match is presented by Baptist Health. McCamey. That's tidy. The goalkeeper was ready to spin the wheel, take his chances. Does work out. And Schmidt came up to meet that one. This is going to run away to the touchline, and Morales unable to keep it on. Lobo Ledesma will applaud the effort there. Subira, Freina. Freina's had about 15% of the overall touches for his team this year, one of the top marks for any individual player in the league. He has been the steady beat at the back for Inter Miami 2. Watches as the ball comes to his feet here. Freina retreating. Basabe, he's in the groove. Basabe steaming ahead. A bridge too far. Finally able to get a foot on the ball. It's Carrizo. pedaled to the floor, trying to speed away from several pink shirts. Tio. Nearly an hour in. Reed, uncontested in the box. Farina comes to close him down. Just got that all wrong. At times, with how Hall has been allowed to join up and press forward on the ball, Farina has really been back there as a lone center fielder. See if NYCFC 2 can maybe make use of that space at some point as we move through the narrative of this game. It has been a page turner. And again, as that ball slips beneath the studs of Basabe. And the Miami 2 have crossed that 450 pass threshold virtually every time out this year. This is much more like them we saw for large patches of that first half. Lobo Ledesma's having something of a discourse with JJ Belinsky. Reed off the back heel. Boy, is that cheeky. Carrizo now. Maximo Carrizo. Not alert enough to fight off Farina. But it's back with NYCFC 2 into the box. Lecker just hesitated, and Hall came screaming like a banshee to meet him. It's almost like Lecker was going so fast he didn't realize how much ground he had made, and Hall chopped off any avenue of advance. Game of head tennis breaking out. Afonso on the right end of it. Afonso shuffled away. Spread again. Zeltzer Zubida. Calm and confident on the ball. When in a set defensive shape, NYCFC 2 have been tough to break down today. Most of the good opportunity coming in transition. That really goes both ways. Hall is toppled. Just left the leg out. Zidane Yanez, the promising Chilean youth international. I've been able to call his name much. Over the head of Infuso. Learned. He's up to meet it. Now has the ball back. And Posana. Rondo through the press. Carrizo. Fights off one tackle. Keeps his balance. Keeps the ball. Nibbling at his heels the whole way was Basabe. And finally the whistle. And that's going to be what looks like a last warning for Samuel Basabe. Basabe coming off a tough game against Huntsville. Has dribbled past 6 times. He struggled to keep hold of the ball. He has shown brightly in a bit of a get-back game for him so far. So he will collect for a throw. Pushed wide for Hall. I have to wonder when either of these coaches might look into their dugout and try and change the equation. And Posana. Learn it on the ball. Turning in field, turning their attentions towards the target. NYCFC 2 into the center of the box, body down, a point to the spot, it's a penalty. Lacker down in a heap. And a chance to draw even from 12 yards. Carrizo at the heart of the creation again. Lacker continued his run, and Farina, of all people, left a leg out. And Carrizo created the chance, he'll get the chance to make it 2-2. Carrizo with already the one goal on the year. Maximo Carrizo, 2-2. Just getting started here in Fort Lauderdale. It was never going to be that easy for Inter Miami 2. NYCFC 2 haven't generated much in this second half, but we're not going to mince words. From the penalty spot, Maximo Carrizo catastrophically calm. Schmid gets the wrong way. And it's even again, parity. And a pair of goals for each side. And the game turns blue again, sky blue. Good time to tell you, this portion of the match is presented by Florida Blue. Farina. A tall pass that's intercepted by Max Murray. And Posana guiding wide. And Fuso. Learn it. And Max Murray. Being about for a moment. NYCFC 2 have it. Reed. A skyscraping ball into the box. Somehow getting a touch to it to cut it back in was Tio. What's happened here? Maybe offside given. One of those Miami 2 players coming back into the attacking half, altering the play. Reed and Carrizo again. The one who equalized for NYCFC 2, McCamey. He can shoot from here. Instead, churns it wide. A bad ball pounced upon by Afonso. Runners ahead of him. Sparks his one. Afonso doesn't need it. Leo Afonso. Cut across goal. Will sit up. Santi Morales. Him in front of him. Morales ducking and darting and dodged away. Leo Afonso. A sharp edge again. As he just outpaces Mfuso. And it's inches off the toes of the near post runner. Quickly off the corner, Montenegro, blocked by TL. Alfonso's down in the box, he still has the ball. Leo Alfonso learning, has it in tow. Read the deflection well, the goalkeeper. Leo Alfonso turning it up to 10. Bailey Sparks checking in. Montenegro. It runs away from Morales. It's a cheap giveaway. Zidane Yanez is upended. And it's a free kick coming. And less than kind words being exchanged. And it's a substitution coming. Piero Elias will check on, who's been a mainstay in this team throughout the early part of the season. Inez's day is done. The boy who is named for, yes, that Zidane. And a marginal impact on the game, but as a serious player to keep eyes on throughout the course of this year. A much more burly option in midfield injected into the game in Piero Elias. Here's Carrizo. NYCFC 2 springing back from the back foot in this half. We saw the inverse play out in the first frame. NYCFC 2 claiming the edge and saw themselves pegged back ahead of halftime. They were asked to come back in the second half and have done so. Back here to no one in particular, and Carrizo's immediately gone down, and you hope he's all right. In fact, Carrizo was the one who scored from the penalty spot to make it even. Physios are going to come on straight away. It is a warm day in South Florida, so you hope this is only a bout of cramp. Carrizo went straight down after backheeling the ball. Carrizo certainly maturing into a special player. Has seen opportunity up and down with the senior team. Actually made his debut in the same game as Seymour Reed earlier this year against Columbus Crew 2. I should say Columbus Crew. Requiring some serious attention here. You see the physio kind of waving off those in the technical area, mulling and plotting. Here's what happens. See Carrizo receiving the ball, took something of a false step and just backheeled out of play. Immediately grabbed at that leg of his, and you don't want to speculate here. It does look like a player is grabbing the match shirt in the form of Sebastiano Musu. Carrizo is helped to his feet. Will receive further treatment as play is set to recommence, and looks like they're not going to take any chances. Musu, time enough to stick the shin guards in, and he'll come straight into the game for Carrizo. Musu, who made his first start of the season against the Revs last time out, played 76 minutes there. He'll be on the finishing shifts with 20 minutes to the end of the line. This portion of the match is presented by Visa. And now we go again. Reed. And locked up in a real battle with Farina all day long. Able to keep the ball this time. Elias and Lim. Elias interchanging downfield. Clever pass back in for T.O. He takes the touch heavily. Lim. Softening first touch. Lacker. McCamey twisting away from pressure. Back in for McCamey. And Fuso. Posana and Lim finds the pocket to receive the ball. This is great work on the ball from NYCFC 2. Musu, his first touches. Elias, substitute to substitute. And TL, who scored the first goal. Elias, engine engaged to the end line. It stays on. Elias into the box. Lim. Tidy and technical as always. And Fuso. Gets away from Tio again. Elias throws himself in for the tackle, and it's out for a throw, ending the move. Of course, if there is no separation here, it will go to penalties to the side who gets an extra point in the table. Morales. Farina. Fired off the shins of Basabe. Reed with his back to goal again. Learned. How about that? In for Elias. Down to McCamey. Spots the wide man. It's TL. Elias is there. A channel run. Goalkeeper's out. Elias gets around him. Schmid goes to ground and gets it out for a corner. A spike of adrenaline as the goalkeeper screamed out, took his fate into his own hands, and performed well enough. NYCFC 2 hoping to be dangerous from a set piece. Not a lot of players in the area for them here, only 5. There's a short option in the form of Musu. Within swing. It's a high hurler. And Fuso. And Fuso. Easy enough for Schmidt. Santi Morales. So much green in front. A little bit of pink as well. Afonso. That's a clever pass. Sparks! Off the ricochet. It's a corner the other way. Miami 2 have had a handful of them. This will be the 6th. Less than 15 minutes to the end of regular time. Sabe is the short option. A little bit biteless, didn't get over the first obstacle. He'll try again from the opposite flag. This time they'll try it without swing. Sparks is the one that's contesting the goalkeeper. It's short, looking for a better angle. Morales crossed in from deep. Learned's up for it. Didn't get there. NYCFC 2 able to get away though. Elias. Pistons pumping. Ball Velcro to his foot. Finally angles in the ball for Reed. It just runs away. Took too long to release. Real endurance test taking place. Focus will be the operative word in these final 12 minutes. Sparks probing a pocket of space as the ball is switched to Afonso. Leo Afonso lurking. Afonso. McCamey steps in. Farina. Crowded out. T.O. stands his grounds. There are subs waiting for Inter Miami 2. They've been waiting for a while. The ball's been in play forever. Posano away. Santi Morales. Afonso. Leo Afonso, an extra touch. Still coming. Beaten back for the time being. Takes a clip off Elias. Afonso. Cutting back, Leo Afonso. Leo Afonso. Deflected wide. Leo Afonso set down Piero Elias, and now the changes to be made. Look back first though, Leo Afonso. Just ate Elias for dinner. And Yuval Cohen, the rising star of the first month of the season, will come on. Zeltzer Zubida, his day is done. Sparks coming off as well. Santi Ledesma checks in. Leo Afonso will go back in the garage. What a stunning performance he put in today. Again for the corner flag. Is there separation in this tie? Without swing. It's a good ball, but a skipping stone, easy to grab for Learned. Good interchange in possession for NYCFC 2. Musu couldn't punch through. Grabbing it back. Lacker. Still Lacker. Still Lacker. Weaving between defenders. Finally, Farina is able to shepherd him away. Lim holding on. And Murray and Posana. It's a rainbow. It's a 1-1 header and done so apparently illegally. That's a clean tackle. McCamey. Musu. Lacker's wide. Long strides to catch up, and he does. Farina comes to meet him. Farina steps in, walls him off. Another stop and play. There's a second ball on the field. It's discarded now. As NYCFC 2 warming subs are recalled back to the dugout. Down by Lacker. Reed loses his footing. Again, Farina winning the battle. A useful clearance. Yuval Cohen. A mighty run on the ball. Santi Morales. Slid wide. Driving, firing, and finding the bottom corner. Christian Ortiz. He picked his corner and he filled it. It's 3-2. My goodness, no wasted motion. Off the outside of the boot, a settling touch. And with the instep, the technique is terrific. Inter Miami 2 command the advantage again. Twice now they've taken the lead in the half. Luka Sunic put into the contest, the conditions of which certainly different than whenever this NYCFC 2 staff was working out how to change the game. Sunic has been used several times as a substitute this year. 5 on the campaign all told. Inter Miami 2 on the ball with confidence. They've had the better run of the second half. They've had more shots. They've been much more impactful in possession. They're good for this lead. Flag is up. And this would be an identical scoreline to the one that they had last year on this very ground at 3-2. That was their first ever win over NYCFC 2. This is a game that's always been good for goals. This particular tie has averaged about 4.5 per game between the two teams, and it has lived up to that billet today. A settling header straight into the box of Sunic, slammed away by Farina, once more in cover. Chance from the flag. Swooped in. Once more, it's met with a hat. Another ball from Musu. Goalkeeper right in the way. And it collapses. There was a brief injury stoppage as this ball was covered up by Tiao when Maximo Carrizo went down. Figure that maybe adds a minute or two, but not much. It's been a pretty free-flowing half. FC2 refusing to give up the ball even with the lead. Elias steps in. This side have a throw. NYCFC2 have never gone winless for 6 straight games. They are in peril of that right now. Santi Morales. Softening touch and now in motion, in possession, Inter Miami 2. A knockdown header, McCamey. NYCFC2 starting to feel a bit strained. Unable to keep hold of the ball for more than 1 or 2 passes. Sloping into the box as it skids away. Learn it down to it in time enough. Once more intercepted. Rustano, he's got a goal, he's got an assist. He doesn't have Yuval Cohen in behind there though. Good turn. And pushed wide. Musu is making a diagonal run forward. NYCFC2 though look shaken ever since the shot from Ortiz found the back of the net. Just waiting on the board to go up and tell us exactly how much is left. And Posada. Elias. Into the box. Off the head again of Farina, who's covered every bit of ground in the back today. Now there hasn't been a ton of moments where the game has stopped in this half. See how literally the referee takes the amount of time that came off the clock where Carrizo was injured. Apparently, very literally, it's 7 minutes of stoppage time. Bit unexpected there, but plenty of room for NYCFC2 to make something happen. They might do it straight away. Goalkeeper in no man's land. That worked out about as well as it could have. Ivan Schmidt, more than once today, has come screaming out of his area. Elias wins it. Piero Elias stabbed away by Tyler Hall. Marvelous defensive work. And it's Cohen in no rush. Freuna. Schmidt away. And Posana, a nifty flick. Murray. Picked off again. Ortiz and Basabe not on the same page. It's funny, you can see the exact price paid by those Inter Miami 2 players that have started the match and gone the whole way just by the shade of their jersey. It's been a real fight, and Mateo Saha, his day is done. He scored the second goal. Gave the initial lead to Inter Miami 2. He's replaced by Brian Destin. Closing the angle there. Luis Montenegro. Had to come off after only 30 minutes starting the game against Huntsville. He's put in a shift today. And that time is starting to ebb away now. Off the chest of Destin. In the custody of Lim, but not for long. McCamey. Guarino has also come in for NYCFC 2. It's a useful pass. Infuso and Tio. Gets the beating of his man, Lim. Murray muscling one into the box. Elias takes it down. Elias, his shot is blocked. Took a deflection. It's out for a corner. Everybody forward. Looks like Inter Miami 2 will mark this zonally. Within swing. Goalkeeper's up. Schmidt hasn't caught it, but does enough. And it's flushed to the opposite ends. McLernan. Pelting one in behind. And Posana. Learned, trying to drive out of the back. He's nearly lost it. Now he has. Goal is empty. And it's not what you want on the shot. I think play had already been stopped. And it had. I think they may have gotten an infringement there for a free kick. If that's the case, that's not where the foul took place, but matters not now. Destin. That's sweet feet from Musu. Musu in over the top. Schmidt was aware to the danger. And it looks like play is going to be whistled back again. All the stoppage should factor into the stoppage time. I should be keeping a running tab. Could easily see an extra minute being tacked on. Elias is down. There's space ahead. Destin's in the channel. Inter Miami 2 on the charge. Yuval Cohen! Out of sight! Inter Miami 2 stormed from behind early and have never looked back. Despite the best challenges of their rival on the day. Pretty in pink for Inter Miami 2. It's 4-2. Yuval Cohen adds another. That's his 5th on the year in all competitions. It's been a bit of a fallow period after a red-hot start, but back amongst the goals and back amongst the points, almost assuredly, Inter Miami 2. What a performance from Lobo Ledesma's side. They took everything NYCFC 2 had to offer in stride and have just reserved that extra little bit for the ends. Ferrino away. It feels semantic now. It was 1-0 early. It was 1-1 at half. NYCFC 2 looked like they were flailing a bit as Inter Miami 2 made it 2-1 to start the second frame. The Carrizo converted from the spot, gave them new life. Despite that, Inter Miami 2 still able to holster enough momentum to carry them likely across the line. That penalty really came against the run of play. It's been dominant. Aside from one, maybe 20-minute period, if that, in the first half from NYCFC 2. Farina in pursuit, able to shield it. Tick, tick, tick. End of the line. Inter Miami 2 take it, and take it in style. Took them a second to get going, but once they did not look back. The man of the match, the man who won the match, Christian Ortiz. And here is exactly how he did it. In the 84th minute, deadlock 2-2, Ortiz, with confidence, with suave and swagger, sticks it in the back of the net. And at 3-2, Inter Miami 2 were well on their way to all 3 points. There he is, Ortiz in all of his glory. It was a glorious day this Sunday at Chase Stadium. What a game. 4-2 the final score for our entire excellent casting crew here at MLS NEXT Pro. Folks, I've been Peyton Geller. Don't forget, you can watch MLS NEXT Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. For our entire crew once more, I've been Peyton Geller. We'll talk to you soon, folks.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.